Hey guys, welcome to tonight's live stream. Now, tonight we're going to talk about how to price your product correctly and how to find out what to price it because you want to make sure that you're considering certain things, but you also want to make sure that you're making profit, not only covering your costs and all that. And I'm going to show you guys tonight how to actually, what things to consider and how to price your product, period. So, the way we price product is very simple. First, we have to account for our expenses, so our costs. What are your manufacturing costs, right? So you got your manufacturing costs, you got your shipping costs. You have to find out what your Amazon FBA fees are, right? So the strategy that I'm going to show you guys tonight is a quick overview of what pricing you should be thinking about, and then I'll get into much more deeper research and analysis of it in future videos. So, and the reason I'm doing this is because this question came up. At least 5 people asked me about this in the past 4 days. So I'm like, you know what, let's do a quick overview because a lot of people forgot to figure out what their costs were, figure out like how much profit they should be making and all that. So the first thing you do is think about that you want to make at least 50% profit. So if you're selling something for $20, you want to make sure that your cost, your profit margin is at least $10 of that, which means that the other $10 is going to cover your manufacturing costs, your shipping costs, that's per unit, by the way. Shipping that is from your manufacturer to Amazon warehouse fulfillment center, and the Amazon FBA fees where you store your goods, they pick, pack, and ship it to your final customer. So you have to cost that out. Usually, a rule of thumb is that, let's say if you're manufacturing a product that you potentially want to sell for like $25, and first of all, you never want to sell anything below $15 because unless you're really manufacturing it for like cents a unit, right, you're not going to make money on it. So always a rule of thumb that a product, if you're pricing it around $25, $30. Normally you got about $5 of manufacturing costs, that's US dollars. You got about $2 of shipping costs to bring it to an Amazon FBA warehouse. And then you got on average about $8 on FBA fees, right? So what does that tell you? So $7 plus $8, that is about $15 that you have as a cost. And not to mention your time and everything. So account for those things as well. Even though your profit margin is 50%, you're still spending time to create your listing. So think of it as labor, right? So you kind of have to allocate that as well and kind of figure out what your true net profit is. And one way that I always look at whenever I'm starting with a new product and I want to make sure that I cover my bases is I always check out my competition. Even though like you want to sell a product for $20 or $30, right? That doesn't mean that you're going to sell anything if you're above your competition, if you're not within the price range that you should be. So for example, if you're selling a flashlight and people are selling it for $15 and all of a sudden you put $35, who do you think the clients are going to go to? The customers. They're going to go to something cheaper, right? And especially if you're selling the same item and they compare it. So the first place that you want to start with, of course, is accounting for your costs that I mentioned. And the second thing is knowing your competition. Very important, guys. So one of the ways to research your competition is through Jungle Scout's Chrome extension that I've shown you guys how to use, but I want to show that again, and I want to show you guys how I use it when I'm pricing my product. So let's go to Amazon. So we're gonna search for something very specific. So at this point, I'm assuming that you guys know exactly what product you're gonna sell. So what I want to do is I want to get very specific with product so that when you're searching Amazon, you're not seeing related products because that's gonna throw you off with pricing. You want to make sure that the listings you see on Amazon are pretty much 90% what your item is, and everybody's selling that specific item because that's going to give you direct competition. The other guys are your indirect competition, right? But the guys that are selling the exact same product, that's your direct competition. So always you want to make sure that you are beating their price even by just a little bit. Price perception is a big thing, and if it's really below the market price, there's a perception that the product is not good quality, even though you may have the highest quality among your competitors. So you have to price it in a way that you're beating your competition, but at the same time, it has enough value in the pricing to let customers know that, hey, this product is worth that much and you are getting quality, right? So let's get very specific. So what I want to do is I want to sell teddy bears, right? But not just teddy bear. I want to sell a specific kind that's called a peekaboo teddy bear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my Amazon. Sorry, that was just something from before. Peekaboo teddy bear. Okay. Boo, do we spell it with one O or two also? I guess we'll find out. Let's take a look. Alright, so let's see what kind of listings come up. Alright. Huh, that's weird. Let's just go back to our Amazon.com. Something messed up with the internet all of a sudden. Alright. Alright, so let's go back. Peekaboo teddy bear. Alright. For some reason the internet is running a bit slower tonight, so I apologize for the delay in this. Alright, so you guys see that it's a peekaboo teddy bear. It has a bit of cloth or a handkerchief in front of him because he wants to play peekaboo. Now Gund is a brand that's selling, so you see that how there are different prices, but nonetheless it's over $20, right? Some are a bit higher by getting a little fancier. This one is 55, but that's just because you can customize and all that. So what I want to do is I want to run Jungle Scout on this specific product. Okay, so this is my Chrome extension Jungle Scout because I want to see what the average pricing is, right? Now, I know that there are different prices here, but the average price will tell you what the market is, what it's selling at in the market. So that's what I want to know, because based on that, then I can say, okay, this is what I want to price my product. And knowing in the back of my mind already that $15 is going to be just my cost, right? So that's your Amazon FBA fees, your manufacturing costs, and your shipping costs to bring it to an Amazon FBA warehouse. So what I want to do is, for a second, it's taking a bit long. Sorry guys, again, the internet is a bit slower. So we'll give it a second to load up the page. There we go. Alright, so we're getting all kinds of prices. We're getting like $29, $20, $22, $19, $34, $55 is just one odd, one out. So those are most customizable ones. We don't want the customizable one because I'm not selling that one. So we're looking at, okay, there we go. So this unit, we're selling at about 213 units of this a year, a month, on a monthly basis. So 213 units of teddy bears. The specific one Peekaboo sells, and it's not so much. So of course I'm not gonna get into this product specifically, but this is just an example. So the average price, this is what I'm looking at. So the average price is $33.52 US. So I know that this is where the market's going to be, but I want to be a little bit below that. I want to be more competitive. So I already know that, okay, maybe I can go right below $30. That's one specific area. And given that you have quality with this product, you can actually go $29, $28, that would be, or $28.99, whatever you want to do, depending on where you're selling, guys. So that's another thing. If you're selling in China, is way different because numbers become very important. You know that there's so many superstitions against certain numbers, so you want to make sure you price your product correctly. But if you're selling in North America, you're fine. So even though my average price is $33, because I know that it's inflated by some of these customizable ones, and it's not really what I want to sell, the customizable ones. But the other ones that I'm looking at, the regular ones, so you're looking at $29. There is one here. Let's take a look at the picture. Okay, this one is about $20, so that's on the lower end. This is $22. Okay. This one is a bit higher, $34. So I'm gonna go not too high, but not too low either. I'm not gonna go below 20. So I'm gonna go for $24.99. And That's because I know the average, it is inflated by like at least $5-6. So I'm gonna take that out, and then I'm gonna go $3 below that market price. So I'm gonna go $24.99, and I think I'll be in a good spot. And if I do a good job with my listing, have quality pictures, have really do a good copyright with my listing, I know I'm gonna make some really good sales. Reason I don't want to go too low is because when you're going like something like 20 or even below that, let me see, like $14.99, let's say this is not even a teddy bear, so don't even worry about that. So see that like some of this is kind of like the pricing is misjudged because of it. So you always have to look for which product exactly is like yours. So I know that there was one that was $19.95. So let's take a look at this. Just want to make sure. So this is not exactly what we're selling, because we want to sell the one with the handkerchief. So we know that our pricing is that we don't want to go too low, but we don't want to go too high either. Like $30 is a bit on the higher side to $24.99. That's where I'm settling at. So you guys see that how this works. Oh, the other thing I want to show you guys is you got to know how many reviews those prices have, because something like this one, 34, it has 23 reviews. So you like people are selling it at that price, right? So something like that is 29. This has massive reviews, so part of the reason it's selling a lot as well. But something like 20 has 114 reviews, which is doing good numbers. $22 has 90 reviews, which is still doing good numbers. So I know that within like $24.99, I'm still having my price perception in there that my product is of a quality, and if I play my cards right, and if I do the proper listing, and if I do my ranking on page 1 and everything, I know that I'll be able to sell it at $24.99. That is going to give me at about $10 of profit margin. It is a little bit harder because I know my cost is going to be around $15 USD, so my profit is going to be $10, which is a little bit on the lower side. I want it to be at least 50%, so therefore I'm not going to get into this product, but you guys get the idea of how to price your product, right? So that's it, guys. That's my one of the tricks that I use when I'm pricing my products, and how I keep my eyes on my competition. And that's why Jungle Scout is really good, because the Chrome extension allows you to do that. It shows you the backend data of your competitors. It shows like the number of views, how much they're making, how many units they're selling a day, a month. So you can kind of get an idea not only how to price your product, but if that product is actually marketable, if that product is actually selling and there is a demand for it. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We had a long weekend here in Canada. Today is Canada Day, so happy Canada Day to all of you guys in Canada. And I know July 4th is coming, so have a wonderful July 4th, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you.